Judge Eva sentenced Nelson to 5 years. John watched proudly as Nelson walked the same path his father had forced John onto repeatedly. Later, Joe and was hanging out with friends, smoking, but his anger hadn't settled. Two men knocked on their door to buy drugs. John knew they were cops but sold them drugs anyway. After they left, he told his friends to run because he knew what was coming. He was going back to jail this time knowingly. At High's hearing, he pleaded guilty and requested Rossmore Prison, the same prison Nelson was going to. The judge agreed. Both John and Nelson were sent to prison together on the same bus. John acted friendly, asking Nelson's name and promising protection. In prison, the warden warned them not to fight, not to complain, and not to expect justice. John manipulated things so that Nelson became his cellmate, his real purpose in life now was to make the judge's son suffer. When Nelson saw the toilet in the cell, he cried. John warned him to stop crying or he'd be eaten alive. Other inmates laughed. During lunch, John pointed out Leonard, leader of the White Kingdom gang, calling him a good guy. Soon, Leonard stabbed another inmate to death at their table. Guards arrived and asked Nelson who did it. At John's signal, Nelson named Leonard, making himself Leonard's enemy. From there, Nelson's life became hell. He was beaten daily, sold as property, and mentally tortured. John orchestrated everything. Eventually, Leonard stabbed himself with poison given by Nelson and died. Nelson gained respect. The prison dynamic flipped. Nelson became powerful, popular, and confident. John grew frustrated. His revenge had backfired. Finally, John drugged Nelson, tattooed white power and Nazi symbols on High's face and neck, ruining his parole hearing. Nelson realized John betrayed him. They fought brutally. John confessed everything. Guards intervened and arranged a death match. With Barry's help, Nelson faked his death. John was also saved. Both were declared dead and buried. Later, Nelson emerged that Barry convinced him to save John too. They shook hands, buried their hatred, and moved on. 1 year later, everyone was living a good life. Thanks fam for watching my video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Signing off.